All right, guys. So these are your practice problems for 2.4. You're just going to take a picture of your work and then turn that in on Canvas. I just want to show you what I want you to do and how I want you to show all your work and everything like that. So for this first one, you have to find the slope with the ordered pairs that are given. And so the slope formula is listed there for you. So make sure that it'd be helpful to label your points. So it has EF. So E to F. So we're going to label X1, Y1, X2, Y2. Okay. So label those points, and to find the slope of EF, you're going to put EF. Okay. So everything that I write down is what I want you to write down in your paper. Okay. So EF, we're going to find the slope. We do Y2, which is -1 minus, and then Y1 is -9, so -1 minus a -9 all over x2 minus x1, which would be 1 minus a -4. From there, I want you to simplify it, okay? So what you're going to do is do the -1, and then this is basically saying +9, okay? So -1 plus 9 would give you 8, okay? 8 over -1 plus 4 would give you 5. So 8 over 5. If you can reduce that fraction, please reduce this, okay? All right, 8 over 5, we can't reduce that any further, so that's it. So then in the next thing on your paper, you're going to find GH. So set it up as, hey, GH, we're going to find the slope. So label our points, x1, y1, x2, y2, okay? When you do this, you're going to get -6 minus 10. 10 there, all right? And then 2 minus a -8, okay? So -6 minus 10, 2 minus a -8. Doing that, that's going to give you -16 over 2 minus a -8. That's adding, so that's 10. So then when we reduce this, -16 over 10, they're both even numbers, so we can reduce it down to -8 over 5. Okay, -8 over 5. So when we do this, we look at the -8 over 5, and we look at the 8 over 5. These are not the same number, and they're opposite, but they're not a reciprocal. So in this case, it's going to be neither for this first one. Okay, so on your paper, you just write neither. You have the access to see the answer, so that's what I'm not concerned about. I'm concerned about the work that I put down. Okay, so make sure you have that on your paper when you turn it in. Next is determining the equations are parallel, perpendicular, neither. For some reason, they're not showing up, but they'll show up on your paper. So basically for those guys, there's not too much you can do. Just tell me whether they're parallel, perpendicular, neither. Guys, this is just something, it's on you. I mean, if you guys don't understand this, please ask, because otherwise this stuff is going to be on the test and you're not going to know why you got it wrong. Okay. So, the only thing that I want you to do is, like, on number 9, I think the other one was y equals, and it had the 3x. All right, it had the 3x, and then it was 3x minus 5. So for number 9, this is all that you need to write on your paper, okay? So you could scan it and see that they are parallel, okay? So they are parallel, so write that down, and then tell me why they're parallel, and why they're parallel is because they have the same slope, okay? And their slope is 3. So I'm going to put m because that's the variable used for slope. So that's what I want you guys to write down. Parallel, same slope, write down your slope, okay? If they're perpendicular, write down the perpendicular slopes. Tell me that they're opposite reciprocals. If they're neither, tell me, what's going on there. Explain that they are not the same number and that they are not opposite reciprocals, okay? And then the last thing that I want you guys to do is write equations, okay? And when you're writing these equations, you remember we're breaking it down into 3 steps, okay? 3 steps. The first step is to find m. So on your paper, you're going to find m. So if we're doing this one, number 15 here, the slope is parallel, okay? Be careful because 20 and 21 are perpendicular. But for these ones that are parallel, the slope is just 2. Perpendicular, you have to do the opposite reciprocal. And then the next step is to find b. So you do y equals mx plus b, and you're going to find b. So plug everything in. Plug in the 4 equals 2, which is our slope, times our x value, which is 7 plus b. All right. And then we got to solve for b. So we're going to get 4 equals 14 plus b. Subtract 14. All right. And when we do that, b is going to equal negative 10. And then the last step we do is to write the final equation, which would be y equals 2x minus 10. Okay. So you're going to do that for these last ones, okay? So guys, make sure you have the steps breaking down into 1, 2, and 3. If you have any more questions, please ask me during class, all right? And like I said, guys, make sure you're showing all your work. I know you can see the answers, so I'm not giving you points if you just write down the answers. I'm giving you points because I want to see your work, okay? All right, guys, have a good rest of your day.